Hey, what's up? I'm so excited. It's just so fast these days to connect to amazing people, and it's all about having the right messaging in addition to the right system. So everything below 253 you see was done by automation, and but above it, these are the responses that I or an assistant needed to get to today. In this case, it was my turn to do so. With that said, these are extremely high caliber leaders. I'm not going to drag you through it. You're welcome to look up their names as you go through this. But these are all the people who are interested in the next step of talking to us about our show. And this is, by the way, me catching up since the 17th. Okay, if you look at the calendar, November 17th was Friday. So between Friday and 4 p.m. on Monday. Which is about when I started this process of responding. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29 conversations, of which 25 of those are brand new relationships who are excited and interested to learn about the show. And usually more than half of those people end up booking right away. Granted, this is Thanksgiving week, guys. This is when people are off on vacation. They're not supposed to be, it is not normal that they engage in new interactions right before Thanksgiving coming up. But that's what happens when you have a process that everybody loves, including me. One of my favorite responses ever was one lady responded and she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm actually at Disneyland right now, but I'll get to this tonight, I promise." And I'm thinking, she's at Disneyland and she should be focused on Disneyland 100%. But she was so honored and excited about the reality of being on the show that she chose to respond even in the middle of Disneyland. Had I said, like, hey, come talk to me about SEO, or hey, check out these case studies, uh-uh, you're not going to win with that type of attraction. There's nothing attractive about you forcing how good you are down people's throats, or trying to say, "Hey, it looks like we might have some connections. I'm desperate for friends. Can we connect?" That doesn't work. It's not healthy. It's not good. It's not helpful. You've got to learn to be sincerely and genuinely valuable in order to drive this type of momentum. And we can take this up a notch a lot, and we will every day. We'll continue to optimize because I don't have any ego associated with my processes. I'm excited to learn new things. Now, some of these are based on my own ability to nurture and build up my existing relationships, like introducing Monty to Drayson. That's me carrying the momentum of my Friday episode and introducing some, because Monty asked if he could meet Drayson, and they're both great connections of mine. So of course, I'm going to make that happen. And then Shane following up, who's one of our show sponsors. I've got him listed as a sponsor. We've got Simply Fast websites, and now he's launching a podcast, and he wants to add us as a sponsor. And he's got a lot of needs for executive leadership on his super tiny team with such an amazing vision. So there's awesome opportunities for us to connect and talk more. Let's see if there's anybody else who's an exception to that rule. I think there's at least one more person. Well, that's everybody I saw. There might be one other person who is a referral from somebody else that I got booked. In this, there's one more. I won't point out his name then, since I can't find it right off the bat. But there was somebody else who was a referral from one of my guests, who's excited to be on the show now, and I'm just excited for people to realize that the game of lead generation and the process of having people coming to you for the right reasons, it doesn't have to be an all-day affair. It doesn't have to be like pulling teeth. You don't have to have people coming across you that aren't excited to work with you. I've been there. I know what that feels like. I used to have 6 out of 10 responses that were negative, and you had to filter those. And you had to justify, well, I'm just trying to do my part. So, but you can notice they're either automated, and I don't have anything filtered, by the way. I could archive those. I don't typically archive them. I don't need to. Even the past ones I didn't archive, I just left them alone. Anybody who was kind of negative, but I'm not getting a whole lot of people who aren't interested. And I'd have to go back and back and back to find, any resemblance of negativity months and months and months ago, back when I wasn't working through the strategies that I've developed over the last year. And so I hope that this serves someone. I hope somebody either takes and runs with what they see out of this, or decides to gets really smart and decides to reach out and say, hey, I'm done pretending I know how to market. I'm done trying to control every aspect of my business. I need a great team, and I want to work with people who hold me accountable to being a great leader, and are here to help make sure that I level up so that I can achieve the growth that only comes at the next level where you level up too. We've got to be leveling up as leaders in order to win. So we're the type of entity to help you with that. And if that means following along for a long time for free because that's where you feel you need to be, that's totally fine. But if you see the opportunity to work directly with us, then don't allow your limiting beliefs to conquer you. The ones that say, well, I don't know, he doesn't run a hair salon, or I don't know, I don't think he's probably the best coach. It's not about me. It's about understanding the principles and the systems. Well, I don't know. He probably costs a fortune. Like, that limiting belief right there hurts so many business owners. Or the ones where they're like, hey, Jackson, come in, but now I want you to do this, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. Let go of the control. You're ruining your life and everybody's lives in your life, and it's going to manifest itself. The challenge is, if you're not like directly ruining their lives, it's going to manifest itself super slowly. You're not going to realize it for years. But the day that the reckoning comes, it's going to be ugly, and it's going to be nasty, and it's completely avoidable if you learn humility as a leader today. And entrepreneurs in America, we need that gift of humility. We need to be able to surround ourselves with a team who's able to tell us what we're doing wrong and how to move beyond that. And until we're willing to grow up and mature and have those types of conversations, the struggle is going to be very real. Let's move beyond that. Let's move into a life of abundance. Just like Eric here is an example of that. Tribal leadership. He is a representative of that book. I'm up to page 50 in that book, and just those first 50 pages have transformed the way I consider talking to different tribes and elevating tribes. I've got to finish that. It's very important to me that I do. But there's so much that I'm gathering and learning just from applying what I read in those first 50 pages. Like, I also need to make sure that I don't just rush through it just to be able to say I read a book a day. Good for you. I'm glad that you did. But I like to go at a different pace, learn from multiple resources at the same time, and work very hard on applying them, and make sure to balance my time to reach out to people just like you and pave the way for success. Have a wonderful day. I hope everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. Bye.